In this video lecture, we'll discuss some of the special cases in the form of symmetry conditions of Fourier series. Okay, so we've seen that in case of trigonometric Fourier series expression, there are three terms: a constant term and two sinusoidal terms. So there are clearly three terms: a constant term and a cosine term and a sine term, and this is one of the Fourier series coefficient. An and Bn are the other Fourier series coefficient. Now let us analyze some of the symmetry condition or the special cases. The very first one is if xt is an even signal. If xt is an even signal, that is xt is equal to x of minus t, or we can say that xt is, if we analyze the plot of this xt should be symmetrical with respect to y-axis or the vertical axis. So based on these conditions, we can say that xt is a even signal. We can have a look at some of the examples, like if this is the signal waveform, it's a periodic signal, it's an even function, clearly xt is symmetrical around the vertical axis. Similarly, we can have a look at some triangular waveform. This is also an even function. Then we can have a look at the full wave rectified waveform, sinusoidal waveform. It is also an even function. It is clearly symmetric around the vertical axis, and so on. There can be several examples to this. So when xt is an even signal, that is, this is the condition that xt is a periodic signal and it is also an even signal. This is the prior information with us. Then the Fourier series coefficient a0 is 2 by t 0 to t by 2 xt dt. An is 4 by t integration 0 to t by 2 xt cos n omega naught t dt, and Bn is equal to 0. So when we have the prior information that the given signal xt is a periodic and even signal, in that case we can straight away say that Bn coefficient is 0. We don't need to calculate Bn, and a0 and an, instead of using the conventional formulas, you can also use the conventional formulas, but instead of using those, we can use these formulas which will help us to simplify the calculation part. Let us see the proof of these assumptions. The standard expression of a0 is 1 upon t 0 to in one time period. Integration is done in one time period. Let us take the time period from minus t by 2 to t by 2 xt dt. This is the standard expression for the Fourier series coefficient a0. So let us simplify it a bit. Let us break this limit from minus t by 2 to 0 xt dt plus 0 to t by 2 xt dt. Now since it is an even function, so we can replace this xt by minus of xt. Okay, we will do that later on. Let us do some change of limits. 0 to t by 2 x of minus t dt plus 0 to t by 2 xt dt. And since we know that the given signal xt is an even function, that is x of t is equal to x of minus t, then we can say that a0 is equal to this x of minus t can be replaced by x of t. So a0 can be reduced to 2 by t integration 0 to t by 2 xt dt. So for the even function, a0 is equivalent to this expression. Similarly, let us find out a of n for an even function. The standard expression is 2 by t integration in one time period xt cos n omega naught t dt. Let us adopt the same method. 2 by t integration minus t by 2 to 0 xt cos of n omega naught t dt plus integration 0 to t by 2 xt cos of n omega naught t dt. Alright, now let us do the reversal of the limits. 2 by t will get 0 to t by 2 x of minus t cos of minus n omega naught t dt plus 0 to t by 2 xt cos of n omega naught t dt, isn't it? So now this x of minus t is equivalent to xt because it is an even function. Similarly, cos minus n omega naught t will be equivalent to cos of n omega naught t because cosine function is also an even function, right? So this a of n gets reduced to 4 by t integration 0 to t by 2 xt cos of n omega naught t dt. So this is the an for even xt when xt is an even function. Similarly, let us analyze the value of b of n in case when xt is an even function. Standard expression for bn, we know it is 2 by t integration in one time period minus t by 2 to t by 2 xt sin n omega naught t dt. This is the standard expression. Let us adopt the same method. 2 by t, break this integral limit minus t by 2 to 0 xt sin n omega naught t dt plus t by 0 to t by 2 xt sin n omega naught t dt. So let us use the same method. Alright, so now let us do the same process. Let us change the limits over here. It will be 0 to t by 2 x of minus t sin of minus n omega naught t dt plus 0 to t by 2 xt sin of n omega naught t dt. Alright, now x of minus t is equivalent to x of t because we know xt is an even function. But the sine of minus n omega naught t will be equivalent to minus sine n omega naught t because we know sine is a odd function, right? So these two terms gets cancelled out and bn becomes 0. Hence, for xt as the even function, if we have the symmetrical condition that xt is an even function, these will be the values of the Fourier series coefficients which we can use directly. We don't need to calculate the values of bn, and also for a0 and an we can directly calculate using these expressions rather than using the conventional expressions. So second symmetrical condition is when xt is an odd signal. Xt is an odd signal, that is xt is equal to minus of x of minus t. Alright. So if this condition is satisfied, or we can say graphically, if we have to analyze an odd signal, it is symmetric around origin. That means if we have a look at some of the examples, this is one of the odd signal xt because it is symmetrical around origin, and similarly this is again an odd signal which is symmetrical around origin, or you can say a sine signal, sine waveform, it is also an odd signal. These are some examples of odd signals. And so when xt is an odd signal, the Fourier series coefficients gets reduced to a0 is equal to 0, an is equal to 0, and we are left with only bn, which is 4 by t integration 0 to t by 2 xt sin n omega naught t dt. So whenever we have a symmetrical condition that xt is an odd signal, in that case your coefficients a0 and an will be 0, and we have the coefficient only bn, we can directly use a0 and an as 0, and we have to only find out bn using this expression. And I'm not doing the proof of this condition because it is exactly similar as we did in the case of the even signal symmetry. So you can prove all these three coefficients on your own. And one thing we can analyze carefully over here, that when the signal is even signal, like the first case that we discussed, in this case the signal was even, you can say that bn is 0. Bn corresponds to the sine term. That means the Fourier series consists of only a constant and a cosine term when the signal is even. Okay. And the second case, when the signal is an odd signal, you can see here the constant is 0, the cosine term is 0, and the Fourier series consists only of the sine term. Third type of symmetry is when xt is neither odd nor even. We call such symmetry as half wave symmetry. Analytically, it means that xt is equal to minus x of t plus minus t by 2. This is the analytical description of half wave symmetry. And we can say that graphically, let's have some graphical representation of half wave symmetry that will make the things more clear. Okay, so this is a half wave symmetrical waveform. It is, you can see it's neither even nor odd. Neither it is, you can say, symmetrical around the vertical axis, nor it is symmetrical around the origin. Rather, we can say that a waveform with t increasing, let's say capital T is the time period, this is 0 and this is capital T. Capital T is the time period, this is t by 2, this is again t by 2, minus t by 2. So, the waveform with t increasing from minus t by 2 to 0 is negative of the waveform with t increasing from 0 to 2 by t. So, this waveform is negative of this waveform. Such a waveform is known as half wave symmetry. That is, xt is equal to minus of xt plus minus t by 2. I am repeating once again. In case of half wave symmetry, if capital T is the time period, then the waveform increasing from minus t by 2 to 0 will be negative of the waveform increasing from 0 to t by 2. Such a waveform is known as half wave symmetry. It is shifted by half of the time period. So for such a symmetry, the Fourier series coefficients are a0 is equal to 0, a0 will be equal to 0, and an will be equal to bn equal to 0 when n is even, and an is equal to 4 by t integration 0 to t by 2 xt cos n omega naught t dt, and similarly b of n is equal to 4 by t integration 0 to t by 2 xt sine of n omega naught t dt. These two expressions hold when n is an odd number. Thus, we can clearly say that the Fourier series expansion of a periodic signal with half wave symmetry consists only of the odd harmonics. It consists only of the odd harmonics. In case of half wave symmetry, in case of such a system, and in case of such a signal, the Fourier series expansion consists only of the odd harmonics only. There will be no even harmonics present into the signal. So these are the three symmetry conditions that you can remember in case of Fourier series expansion. Starting with an even signal, when xt is an even signal, bn coefficient is equal to 0, and a0 and an you can either evaluate them directly from the standard expressions, or you can use these expressions, these simplified expressions we can say. Similarly, when xt is an odd signal, in that case a0 and an both are 0, and bn can be evaluated using this expression. Third symmetry is half wave symmetry when xt is equal to minus of x t plus minus capital T by 2, where capital T is the time period. In such a case, a naught is equal to 0 and a n bn are also 0 for even values of n, and an and bn will have the same expressions for odd values of n. That means the only odd harmonics will be present when there is a half wave symmetry in the signal. Next is the polar form representation of Fourier series. Polar form representation of Fourier series. Let us have the substitutions, that is an, which is the Fourier series coefficient, replaced by cn cos of theta n, and bn is minus cn sine of theta n. Okay, and the cn and theta n are related to an and bn as cn is equal to square root of an square plus bn square for n greater than or equal to 1. This is the line coefficient. Cn is known as line coefficient, and it is helpful in finding out the line spectrum. To find line spectrum of Fourier series, and C naught is equal to A naught. So in this way we can map the trigonometric Fourier series coefficient with the polar form coefficients. This is the mapping of, so this and this results into mapping of trigonometric Fourier series coefficient to polar Fourier series coefficient. Alright. So now if we substitute all these values xt and simplify the expression of xt, it comes out to be c naught plus summation n range from 1 to infinity cn cos of n omega naught t plus theta n. This is the polar form representation of Fourier series. Polar form representation of Fourier series, and where C naught is equivalent to A naught, and Cn is equal to square root of an square plus bn square. It is the line coefficient also, which helps in finding out the line spectrum of the Fourier series, and this expression gives you the polar form representation of Fourier series. Okay, let us practice one question. We are given with a periodic signal, which is a triangular signal, its amplitude is 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, -1, -2, -3, so on. And we need to find out the trigonometric Fourier series and also plot the line spectrum. So the question is to find out trigonometric Fourier series and line spectrum. Alright. So the very first step will be to identify the period of this time period of this waveform. So clearly it repeats after every 2 units of time. So time period is equal to 2, and the fundamental frequency omega naught, which is 2 pi by t, is equivalent to pi. And now we write down the expression of analytical expression of xt in any of the time period. Let's say we take the time period 0 to 2. It is one time period 0 to 2. Let us write down the expression. It is 1 minus t for t ranging from 0 to 1, and t minus 1 for t ranging from 1 to 2. This is the analytical expression of xt, right? Now let us find out the Fourier series coefficients, trigonometric Fourier series coefficients. So first of all, we'll find out A naught. A naught is equal to 2 by t. Now see, we can clearly see over here that it is a what kind of symmetry? It is a even symmetry. We know that this x of t is symmetrical around vertical axis. X of t is symmetrical around vertical axis, so we can say xt is a even signal. It is a even symmetry. So for even symmetry, we know b of n is equal to 0. We don't need to calculate b of n. A naught is equal to 2 by t integral 0 to t by 2 xt dt. Right. So let us substitute the values of xt and t here. So 2 by 2. And the range will be 0 to 1, t by 2 is equal to 1 because t is 2. For 0 to 1, the signal is, for 0 to 1, the signal is 1 minus t. Okay, so for 0 to 1, signal will be 1 minus t dt. And if we simplify this integral, it comes out to be 1 by 2. Okay, similarly, let us find out a of n. For even symmetry, a of n, we know it is equal to 4 by t integration 0 to t by 2 xt cos of n omega naught t dt. Let us substitute the values here, values of capital T and xt. It becomes 4 by 2 integration 0 to 1. For 0 to 1, value of xt is 1 minus t cos of n pi t dt. Omega naught is equal to pi here. Yeah. Let us try to simplify this integral term now. So this will give us 2 times of 1 minus t into sine n pi t divided by n pi, range will be 0 to 1, minus cos of n pi t divided by n square pi square, range will be again 0 to 1. If you simplify it, the final expression that we get is 2 upon n square pi square 1 minus cos of n pi. If we further simplify this expression, this is a n coefficient, right? If we further simplify this expression of a of n for odd and even values of n, for first of all odd values of n, the expression will be 4 by n square pi square when n is an odd number. And for the even values of n, cos of 2 pi, cos of 4 pi, it will be 0 because this will result into 1 and that will cancel out, and the resultant will be 0 for even values of n. Alright, sorry, not for 0, for even values of n only. So now we can find out the Fourier series expansion x of t, that is equal to a naught plus summation n is equal to 1 to infinity a n cos of n omega naught t. Now since we have the knowledge of a naught and a n, we can easily write down the Fourier series expansion, which comes out to be 1 by 2 plus 4 by pi square cos of pi t plus 4 by 3 pi square cos of 3 pi t and so on. Only the odd harmonics are present. Alright. So this is the Fourier series expansion x of t of x of t. And now the second part of the question is to find out the line spectrum. In order to find out the line spectrum, we need to find out the line coefficient, which is c of n, nothing but square root of a n square plus b n square. B n square in this case will be 0 because it's an even symmetry case. So Cn will be nothing but modulus of an. Correct? An, we know it is present only for the odd values of n. For even values of n, it is 0. And this is the value of an for odd values of n. So if you plot the line spectrum here, C of n for different values of n, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so on. So for even values it will be, for 0 it is 1 by 2, you know that. For even values it is 0 for even values of n, and for odd values we have the values 4 upon pi square, 4 upon 3 pi square, 4 upon 5 pi square, and so on. So this will be the line spectrum of this Fourier series. Okay, next please make a note of some practice questions based on trigonometric Fourier series. Okay, the first question is, we are given with a signal x of t, which is something like this. This amplitude is 1. So, and we need to find out the trigonometric Fourier series. And the line spectrum. We need to find out the two things for the given periodic signal x of t. Second question is, the given signal over here is a half wave rectified sine wave. And again the question is to find out the trigonometric Fourier series and the line spectrum. Try to attempt these two questions. That will help you clear out your doubts based on Fourier series, and still if you have any doubts left, then we can take up those in the live session. Thank you so much.